Hello and welcome again everybody. Just want to say hi and welcome again to the next short video. First of all, to all my Australian listeners out there was some developments, or we have had some pretty bad news over the last couple of months, but one in particular story that took my interest was about OPES Prime. Basically, OPES Prime is a small leverage company, and they've actually got into a bit of trouble, and they are now about $1.1 billion in debt on margin loan losses. Now it looks like their shares have been sold off in the last couple of weeks, basically because there are fraudulent claims going around. One of our major banks over here, ANZ Bank, is being caught up in the whole saga, and it looks like some small time and big time investors are being horribly crushed. So lots of people losing money there, not good. I think this is probably one of the first real big problems we'll see. But you know, there's a few people over in America wondering why I've been interested about all the developments happening over there. Well, I mean, it's a global thing, and normally what happens over in America does affect us, even though we're a big island in the middle of nowhere, but still does have an impact on us and other countries around the world. But I think, you know, the OPES Prime thing was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, and we're probably going to see more of these little small brokerage companies, especially in Australia, go belly up, and there's already other rumours of other brokers in trouble anyway. Okay, moving on. Looks like there is some other developments too. Some of my predictions on the commodity market are actually coming true as well. There's a lot of manipulation on the equities market at the moment, but looks like I'll probably stream another video on some of my predictions on commodities. Well, just quickly, you know, this week, or I think it was last week, corn and wheat were basically at their highest level ever in the last couple of years. So I think, you know, as that develops, you need to watch that. But it looks like I'll stream a video on that down the track sometime. But in terms of the equity market, economic collapse still intact. I was watching Bloomberg News the other day, and I mean, you've got to laugh. There's some analyst on there saying, you know, we'll see the best returns on market ever. Now, what I really hate is you've got a lot of these analysts on Bloomberg saying, you know, this is going to be the best returns on market ever. Get back in the market. It's the bottom here. The bottom is here. Well, no, it's not. And the funny thing is, you know, weeks after they've said this, the market gets sold off by 3 or 4%. And you've got some of the best analysts, or so-called best analysts in the game, that are simply just getting it wrong. Why is this happening? Well, they're simply lying to you. In fact, if you're not aware of it, they get paid to sit there on the news live and lie to you. Do you think they're going to sit there and tell you the truth and tell you to sell? No, of course not. We have a very big week ahead of us. We're now coming into the middle of the reporting season in the US, and expect it to be a fairly choppy and changey week. I guess too, this week we're probably going to see some really bad news, so I guess the Fed once again is going to step in and try to bail out some companies. Please just try to understand what's going on. The Fed is corrupt, and it's doing the worst thing it can be doing, is interfering with the free market. They don't understand what has really been going on. It's a dangerous situation. People really don't understand what the banks and some of the big broker houses have been doing, and why this problem has evolved. And I seriously, the best way I explain it to some of my friends and relatives is, it's like giving your best friend $10,000, saying, here, look, invest this $10,000, make me some money. But what they have done is gone and got your $10,000, got leverage on that, so your $10,000 is now worth, say, $100,000, $200,000. Then they've stuffed it up. They've lost your $10,000 plus even more. And if you lend money to someone and they do risky things like that, you're not going to get your money. It's high risk, maybe high reward, but things have not gone to plan. And there's a lot of these companies that are in a lot of trouble, and I don't expect some of the earning reports to be that great. Anyone that's smart about it and wants and understands the truth can plainly see the economy is about to fully collapse. Ben Bernanke, Alan Greenspan kept interest rates way down and are keeping them further down, inflating the housing bubble. And when you see the market tank, it's not because of the market or the economy, it's because of the government failure to see this, and they are interfering. Ben Bernanke's trying to be a hero. Heard him the other night say he doesn't want the people to hurt and lose everything. But he's already blown it. It's too late. The housing bubble went up, and when it crashes, it's going to crash hard. It's going to hurt every person, and some really badly. And him and the Fed are responsible for it. They just don't understand. There's going to be more bailouts left, right and centre, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. It's going to crush the small man on the street. And I can't understand it. You still have people out there in La La Land that think the price of their house is going to keep going up and up and up and be worth some blown out extravagant number. It's plain and simply not going to happen. Look, put it this way, with Ben Bernanke, what he's doing at the moment, he's creating more losses, more bailouts, and it's just going to be a vicious circle that goes on for days, then weeks, then months, and it's going to hurt everybody. And this is the guy that has the nerve to say that commodity prices are rising due to inflation. Like I said, I'll stream another video about that, but the real reason commodities are booming is due to lowering rates and printing shitloads of money. Demand is from money that is printed each and every year, and commodities are rising due to this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Some of the really good investors over in America, or some of the astute ones anyway, realize that Ben's debasing the dollar. You should be getting your money out of the US currency, putting it into safer investments like the Swiss francs, the euros, even like the Australian dollar or the New Zealand dollar. Invest in other countries that are going a bit stronger. Buy gold, some of the agricultural commodities. The Fed is crumbling the system step by step, and the Fed is just pumping up the economy with their silly ideas and their so-called solutions. You've got to laugh as well. Like every time you see the price of gold continuing up, and will probably go up even higher. Yes, of course, it's having another bit of a rally. But every time the price of gold goes up, the Fed comes out and says it can't last. It won't keep going on, and they are trying to shake it down, and it's not going to work. The Fed have said for the last 5 years the commodity boom will not last. Yet over the last 5 years, the commodity boom has never been as good, and it continues to go higher. So really, why would you listen to the Fed in the first place? They are just too dumb to work out the longer they decrease rates and create inflation and debasing the dollar, these commodities will continue in its upward trend, and people are going to lose out in a big way. Anyway, at the moment, hopefully that gives you some insight. Make sure you invest in strength. I just want to thank you for all the kind words and emails that I am getting from people. Very appreciative. Really thanks. I will add more updates as things move along, and there'll be some more important stuff coming. I assure you of that. In the meantime, enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you all very soon.